So, 36, if I am right, 36 days to go for the ODI World Cup.
Yep.
August is about to end. It's now going to become September. India's campaign, the road to the World Cup, begins on September 2 onwards. Anyway, we have all been saying that from July, India is preparing for the World Cup. But now, no more further experimentation, hopefully. No more further excuses. The road to World Cup preparation begins on September 2 for India, but for Pakistan, it begins today in the Asia Cup. Pakistan versus Nepal in Multan. And it is very interesting that after 15 years, Pakistan is hosting a multi nation tournament. They had the chance to probably host the 2011 World Cup, but politics ensured that they could not do it. And because of that, Asia Cup, it's going to be starting in the next 3 minutes with the toss. We all know what the Pakistan team is. Nepal, well, it's historic for them also because they're going to play the Asia Cup for the very first time. Excitement levels are quite high. And Gargi, what about you? Only 36 days to go for the World Cup, and Asia Cup has begun. But your main focus is
The
20.
World Cup.
No, 2 days later.
Oh, of course, the India versus Pakistan match. Who isn't excited for that? I mean, that is something we wait for in all ICC events, and I think ICC also at this point puts India and Pakistan in the same group so we can have an
And
India-Pakistan
ACC, if you
match.
look at it, already the build-up has been only on Kohli's knocks against Pakistan.
Yeah.
I mean, he's had some fantastic knocks when it comes to the ODI format in the Asia Cup. 183.
Yes.
Who can forget that? But Pakistan, on the other hand, look, they have this Asia Cup also is going to be a big thing because after so many dramas, so many hassles, we finally got the Asia Cup according to the hybrid model.
Yes.
Pakistan will be hosting a couple of games. Then there is 1 day gap on September 1. And then on September 2, Pakistan are coming over in Palakele and winning and hopefully putting on a winning display against India because they have not won against India ever since that 2021 World T20 clash.
Yeah.
10 wickets. If you win, they win big. If they lose big. So that is why Dex, yes, but our first priority is Asia Cup. We will cover Australia, South Africa also because the T20Is don't hold that much of importance because it's an ODI World Cup.
Yeah,
But yeah, the
exactly.
5 ODIs are really going to be. And remember, Australia also dealing with a lot of injury
A
concerns.
lot of, yes. Andrew McDonald spoke about it today and said that there is a serious concern over Glenn Maxwell's injury
Oh.
because since it is a reoccurrence injury in the same leg, that it's because he was already recovering from the first break that he had in the freak accident.
Yep.
But after that, now his ankle's gone, so it's
Yikes.
just horrendous for Glenn Maxwell.
Do
at the
check out
moment.
the video
Yeah.
that Gargi has done on Glenn Maxwell's situation. It's really
Yeah.
not looking good. And remember, if the big show doesn't make it, I think
Yeah.
Australia are missing out a key enforcer in the death overs and the middle overs if you look at it because he can play spin well. Yes, he lives on the edge. He can battle spin. But he falls to spin also most of the time.
Yeah.
That is the risk you have with Glenn Maxwell. But why either some people are very sarcastic or some people really want to take our case because everybody is saying Nepal is going to win easily. I mean, Pakistan versus Nepal, I agree that many people may not like Pakistan, but yeah, be a bit practical. If you have to look at it, Pakistan, Nepal, it's like David versus Goliath. If Nepal really beat Pakistan and if India beat Pakistan, Pakistan are eliminated. Okay, then how does that change cricketing landscape, Gargi? If Nepal beats
mean,
Pakistan.
It's very highly unlikely that that will happen because we're looking at a very strong Pakistan squad as of now, and we're looking at a very balanced team as
Yep.
well. When we talk about the batters and the bowlers that have been doing incredibly well, it is, Pakistan is the number one ODI rated team, so
Yep.
that just doesn't happen by accident.
And so we have the toss, and Pakistan have won the toss
There we
and
go.
chosen to bat.
Oh.
They have chosen to bat in Multan because Babar Azam has said we will bat first. Pitch looks very dry and shiny. No reason to name the 11 earlier. We wanted to give confidence to our team. And remember, this is what your playing 11 for Pakistan is. They had already announced it
Yes.
yesterday. So, Imam ul Haq, Fakar Zaman, Babar Azam, Mohammad Rizwan. There was no question about those four individuals. Then you got Aga Salman, Salman Ali Aga, whatever you want to call him, Iftikhar Ahmed. Then you got Shadab Khan, Mohammad Nawaz, two spinners, proper part-time. Iftikhar can bowl also a bit. Then you got Shaheen, Naseem, Haris Rauf. Those are your 11 individuals for Pakistan. And looking at this Pakistan bowling lineup, man, it really, really gives
Lethal.
me. Yeah, because Shaheen, it would have been better if Pakistan would have chosen to bowl, but I think they wanted runs under their belt.
Yeah.
And that is why Pakistan have chosen to bat. Nepal, on the other hand, look, they have had a decentish, you may say, ICC ODI World Cup qualifiers, but unfortunately, they have not set the stage on fire. They did defeat a full-time member in 2014, but apart from that, their success has been very, very limited. And but about this team, Pakistan, I mean, Gargi, what do you think? I mean, is their bowling really, really that strong, or do you think somewhere their batting is really a bit of a Achilles heel? Looking at it, looking at the Afghanistan series.
I mean, I think batting, when it comes to batting, there is a bit of hot and coldness to the lineup because they have this tendency of, failing uh, at a crucial moment. But when we're looking at the bowling lineup of the Pakistan team, it is one of the best, I believe, in the world right now.
Yep. I mean, more than Shaheen. Yeah, Shaheen
Yeah.
has that threat. But I think my major, and I've always been a big fan of this guy, Naseem Shah. I
Oh,
mean,
yeah.
the reverse swing, the pace, and I'm telling you, in the T20 encounter, Asia Cup encounter, where India just won thanks to that second last ball six, India were really, really lucky because Naseem Shah had a cramp.
Oh, yeah.
He
He
could
went
no,
off.
he went he no the last two balls he bowled with lower pace 120 125 and he got hit for a 4 and a 6. If he had bowled full tilt, and remember, out of his bowling, Virat Kohli was dropped by Fakar Zaman on 0. Had that not happened, the Virat Kohli revival probably might not have taken place. But as you saw, as the Asia Cup progressed, he gained form. He got a brilliant, if you may say, a century that broke the rut after 1,000 plus days. But Naseem Shah, I think, is the real
Yeah.
threat for me. And Haris Rauf, well, if conditions can suit him, he can be lethal. Shadab. And many people are comparing Imam ul Haq's strike rate. I mean, let's look at the Pakistan batting throughout the Afghanistan series. There wasn't a total in excess of 300 or 350, isn't it?
Yeah.
We saw very attritional kind of batting. Pakistan's batting seemed to have been stuck maybe in the mid 90s or in the early 2000s.
Yeah.
Do you agree with that assessment, or do you think no, the conditions were such they couldn't go bang bang?
Yeah, I think it is the conditions because we have seen the way that Pakistan performed recently in the Afghanistan series as well. And by the way, going back to Naseem Shah, the way that he changed the direction of the course of the whole match in the last few overs of against the Afghanistan match, the last match, I mean, that was incredible. And this is something that is, Naseem Shah can do, and he has done it before as well. And I don't recall the exact series, but I've seen him many a times that, Naseem Shah at the very last moment has this tendency to bring out a match-winning performance.
I mean, yeah, only I think it's against Afghanistan. I think he has something special for them because I remember even in the Asia Cup T20, he hit,
Yes.
and it was the same bowler, by the way, Fazal Haq Faruqi. He hit him for a 6 and a 4. And because of that, I mean, Afghanistan, they could have actually knocked Pakistan out, but then it didn't happen. Naseem went on to score a match-winning knock and also helped them win the series in the ODI format this time as well. So, okay, this is the situation. Pakistan have chosen to bat, and as I've said, their playing 11 is more or less, it was announced. Now I'll just see what is the Nepal 11. Okay, well, Rohit Podel, who's the captain, he said that everyone is very happy because this is the first time Nepal are really playing in a big tournament like the Asia Cup. They did play the World T20, so that is why it looks like a beautiful wicket to bat on. And some of are they playing on a road? Well, Pakistan's pitches, I mean, let me tell you, they are really
Yeah.
not praiseworthy, if you may say, because in the last year or so, their pitches have come in for criticism. It's like you're playing on a national highway there. Flat, no assistance for the pacers, no assistance for the bowlers. And that is why it is a big cement pitches, like Wright Experiments is saying. I mean, it is harsh, but then it's the truth. Pakistan haven't helped themselves with those good pitches that can be produced in Sri Lanka, can be produced to a certain extent in India. And again, more sarcastic one, mighty Nepal versus Pakistan. That's a really not a good assessment. I mean,
But
it's.
I also believe Babar chose to go, for batting because he said that the wicket is very dry. Even though it looks like a road, but he said that it's very dry. I don't know, but Sandeep Lamishane.
Yeah, Lamikchane
He's
is gonna
there.
be,
Yeah.
yes. And remember, in the previous time, if you look at it, once when an ODI I think was played between Pakistan and West Indies in Multan, I think Nicholas Puran took 4 wickets, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, Pakistan West Indies in Multan. I think if I have to just rewind my memory, I think Nicholas Puran took 4 wickets. So if it's that dry, Shadab and Mohammad Nawaz better watch out. So that's why
Yeah.
it's gonna be a thing. Dex is like saying, he's been saying that Sid and Gargi, Pakistan is a good team, but only against the likes of Bangladesh, Afghanistan, and SL. Not against the big dogs like India or the SENA in ODIs. Do you agree with that comment that Dex has made, Gargi? He has a
He
point,
has a point.
but how true is it? I mean,
I mean, it's, we can't make this opinion on our own. We just have to look back on their performances, right? And we have seen that Pakistan, even though they have the upper hand, at the very last moment, they tend to, kind of,
commit
deconstruct,
harakiri. Yeah.
deconstruct on themselves. So I think that is a valid point from Dex, I believe. Because the Pakistan squad is, guilty
Yeah.
of doing that.
I kind of disagree with
You
them
do?
slightly, because if you look at major ICC events, you look at 2021 and 2022. 2022 they defeated South Africa.
Yeah.
In 2019 they defeated England. Remember, they were the world champions and they beat England in Trent Bridge. Remember, in that 2019 World Cup. They lost to England, agreed, in that 2022 final. But if you look at it, they have beaten New Zealand very occasionally. They have beaten South Africa quite consistently. I mean, they have not lost to South Africa in a major ICC event since 2011, if I'm not mistaken. 2011 or 2010, because they won the 2012 T20 World Cup match against them. They won the 2017 Champions Trophy against them. I think they last lost in 2013. So they do well against the SENA countries on a frequent basis. But yeah, they don't do it like say on a next level consistency basis. Like, oh, they defeat Australia regularly, they defeat England regularly, New Zealand. I mean, they defeated New Zealand in the semi-final to make it to the final.
Yeah.
So that is why it is a slightly offbeat comment. I mean, India, Pakistan could consider themselves unlucky that they had to face an otherworldly knock by Virat Kohli at the Melbourne Cricket Ground. I mean,
Yeah, you can't beat that. No one can beat
no
that.
one
Come
can
on.
beat. And of course, Nawaz bowling that wide, that was also not done.
Yeah.
And lack of awareness. I mean, once there is a shy, if it deflects and then you have to take 3 runs, it is counted as 3 runs. It isn't a dead ball. So all those particular moments, I would say that, yeah, Pakistan were very unlucky. But then if you look at it,
Maybe
they can.
it's the pressure,
Pressure,
the enormous
yeah.
pressure that they are not able to take on.
Yeah, and remember, this is a pretty easy group. I mean, let us be very realistic about India, Pakistan, Nepal. You know who your two Super 4 teams are.
Yeah.
You don't know the other two from that group because it's Afghanistan, Sri Lanka, and Bangladesh. That's a very tough group to say the
And
least.
considering that Bangladesh is going through an injury bout as well, Litton Das is out,
Oh,
and
yeah.
who else?
I think Litton was the main guy is out. I think
One more who's gone through
Ibadat.
a surgery.
Ibadat.
Ibadat Hussain. is
Ibadat
out.
Hussain, not just Asia Cup,
Yeah.
he's also out of the World Cup also,
That's
Ibadat
a big
Hussain.
blow for
Big
Bangladesh.
blow,
And
yeah.
he was one of their leading pacers.
And for Sri Lanka, massive injury blow with no Wanindu
yeah.
Hasaranga. That was a real shocker. I mean, we
Is
thought.
he out for the whole of the tournament?
Yeah, he's not been picked. I think he is out for the tournament. He is out. So that's a massive blow for Sri Lanka because Wanindu, looking at how he played in the LPL, okay, many people will now argue Lanka Premier League has no standards. But again, leading wicket taker, leading run getter, leading six hitter,
Yeah.
player of the tournament. He just didn't win the man of the match.
It doesn't just happen.
And a title winner.
Yeah.
So, Wanindu Hasaranga's absence is a massive blow for them because he even did well in the World Cup qualifiers also against, if you may say, the Associate Nations. Not
Yeah.
calling them the minnows, the Associate Nations. So that is why it's a thing. Now, yesterday there was a massive thing about India that KL Rahul is
yeah.
not going to be there. Lots and lots of things were there. We will be touching upon that shortly. But then one of our users saying, how do you rate Babar Azam versus India match? I think that will be the game. And remember, Babar has not put on his best on a consistent basis against India.
Yeah, yeah.
I think barring that 2021 T20 World Cup, he has not set the stage on fire against India. So this is a chance for him. And remember,
Yeah.
ODIs are a very good format for Babar Azam and Mohammad Rizwan. And not so much for Mohammad Rizwan, for Imamullah, for Babar Azam. All of them do well in ODIs. So that's why
Yeah.
it's going to be a big game at the Palakele Stadium that will be held on September 2. But today it's Pakistan versus Nepal, the first game of the Asia Cup. Pakistan hosting a multi-nation tournament after 15 long years. 2008. India versus Sri Lanka final. How many of you can remember that? I mean, Gargi, do you remember that 2008 India Sri Lanka final?
No.
Okay, because it unleashed the world of mystery spinner, the one who got the carom ball. Because Ajanta Mendes took 6 for 13 in that particular situation. So, Craig Mania said, "Are you dodging my question?" No, I'm not dodging your question. I just saw it now. Are you going to see an El Clasico Afghanistan semis? Afghanistan versus Pakistan. Well,
Is that an El Clasico?
these guys are sarcastically trying to pull our legs. But I mean, let us look at it. I mean, barring that first game in that ODI,
Yeah.
which was a one-sided total knockout by Pakistan, the second game was actually pretty tense. Had Naseem not gotten those boundaries,
Yeah.
they would have lost that game. And remember, 2019 World Cup also, it became a very close match. It was only a last over total, you may say, kerfuffle or you may say misjudgment by Gulbuddin Naib that allowed Pakistan to win that game. Otherwise, they would have lost that Leeds match also.
Yeah.
2022 Asia Cup T20. Let's not demean the likes of Afghanistan or the associate nations, because remember, India, even in the 2000s, used to lose frequently to Kenya.
Yeah.
So the cycle of karma is really round. So it can bite you back if you demean minnows. Just now, India are not playing minnows. That's a different thing altogether. So that's why Vikrant is like excited for tomorrow's God Nagin Derby. Please, Nagin Derby is Bangladesh, Sri Lanka. Because all that Nagin dance situation, that really, in the Nidahas Trophy, it reached a
Oh, yeah.
boiling point. I mean, what happened was in that qualifying match, what happened was India had already made it to the final. Bangladesh, Sri Lanka had to play a knockout. So, in that sense, when one wide was not given, at that time, Shakib Al Hasan stormed onto the pitch and then he said, come off the wicket. And then, after Mahmudullah hit that six of Isuru Udana, Shakib broke the dressing room glass. And then they all did the Nagin dance in front of the entire 30,000 Sri Lankans that were there at the Premadasa. When India defeated them in the final, at that time, all the Sri Lankans in the stadium did the Nagin dance to mock the Bangladeshis. So that is why, all SENA will be in action today. That's what Dex is saying. I think Australia, South Africa is there. Is even England playing a particular encounter? England or New Zealand. Oh, yes, England, New Zealand, yes.
Oh,
The
yeah.
T20Is, yeah. That 3 T20Is and 4 ODIs, if I'm not mistaken. Yes. We are into silly season, by the way. We are into World Cup preparation mode.
Yes.
And remember, for New Zealand, Kane Williamson just has 2 weeks. Just 2 weeks to ensure that he's fit. Otherwise, he's not going to come. So, that's the way we look at it. I strongly feel Afghans are real fighters, especially against Pakistan. They get extra motivation. They do.
True. That's true.
That's true. And any other further?
South Africa, Australia, ODI.
Yeah, I said that. South Africa, Australia, ODI, and New Zealand, England. All the SENA countries are playing today. So, again, the situation, I should be on daily, but we need leaves here. It's a long season that is coming. Salim P. Hassan. Gargi
Don't
needs
take
leaves.
leaves.
Don't take leaves. Then I will look like a zombie wherein you'll give me a headshot then. So, again, on KL Rahul, I think we'll have a separate discussion on that. This isn't the right place, right experiments for anybody else who's talking about KL Rahul. Lots has been said. It's very unfortunate. I mean, as a player, Gargi, you would understand that if you get one injury and if you get another one subsequent after that, it's very frustrating. It's not his fault that he's getting injured. Your body, your recovery time and everything, it does happen.
Yeah, and I think more than anything else, it's the cricket that gets hampered because you're resting and you're not playing. And when you come back, are you in
Rhythm.
that phase? Are you in rhythm? Are you in match fitness or not? That's the biggest question, and this is why KL's injury is such a concern, because what if he's pushed into the Asia Cup or the World Cup squad right after he comes back from an injury, and what if he's not match fit? That's the real question.
Exactly. And see, there is unreal hatred for KL Rahul. I mean, I'll use that. There's unreal hatred because it is not his fault that he's getting injured. see, cricket is a very attritional sport. I mean, Gargi will also testify to that. When you play cricket and looking at the level at which they play, it is a very, very physical and attritional sport. So that is why it is really a big problem. And for people who are abusing him, oh, he's getting injured, oh, he can't perform in big games and all that, there is always a chance to redeem that. And remember, KL Rahul in ODIs, he has proven his worth on a regular basis. So the hatred that he's getting, I'm very sorry. I mean, I don't buy into that. Yes, you may say that all the numbers point out to KL Rahul and all these other things, that he doesn't do well in big games, he doesn't do all that. I am agreeing with that, but I also don't agree with that fact that, okay, the abuse that is directed towards him, it's uncalled for. It's really, really uncalled for. That's why. And okay, both my prediction. Okay, Kaustubh Basu Singh. My prediction. Thanks for your compliment, Kaustubh. Shubman Gill will be the highest scorer in this year's World Cup. India has a realistic chance to play the final. Pray for our team. Jai Hind, love from
We
the
all
UK.
hope so. I hope this comes true.
I mean, imagine what an ODI World Cup never achieved in 40 plus years. The T20 World Cup achieved it in the very first edition.
Yeah.
You all would want to see India versus Pakistan in the final at the Narendra Modi Stadium. 130,000. But I think this time, see, I've put India as one of the 4 teams in the semi-finals. I put England, Australia, Pakistan, and India.
Yeah.
But I think the team to beat this time is England. They look too strong, and with the addition of a certain Benjamin
Ben
Andrews
Stokes. Oh my gosh. Goodness.
match winner, yeah. So Akshay Pratap Singh said Fakar could be the man for Pakistan on 2nd September. I don't disagree with that. I mean, he's played some very good knocks against India. That 114, who can forget? 2017 Champions Trophy. So, if I think I've even gotten the Nepal team also.
Yeah, we haven't done that.
Yeah,
yet.
so Nepal team is Kushal Burtel, Asif Sheikh, Rohit Podel, Arif Sheikh, Kushal Malla. I mean, remember, Malla did well in the ICC ODI World Cup qualifiers. Deependra Singh Airi, Gulshan Jha, Sompal Kami, Karan Casey, but the guy who everybody will be vouching for, Sandeep Lamichhane.
Yes.
Remember, that leg spinner, he's gone through a pretty tough time, but now he's back in the fray for the Nepal team. Lalit Rajbanshi is all there. So, the likes of the Deependra Singh Airi, Kushal Malla, Sandeep Lamichhane, the unfortunate thing is their batting is unfortunately very inexperienced. That's why they'll have
and
to...
they have to chase today.
They have to chase today. So that is why we'll also keep a close eye on the weather, because a lot of people are saying the weather on 2nd September is not looking too promising in Palakele. But remember, Palakele is kind of in a rain shadow area. So probably you will not get that much of rain. Yeah, Kandy is in the rain area, but this is not in that. So pray, fingers crossed, that India versus Pakistan is not rain impacted. But remember, Sri Lanka, rain, you just cannot predict.
Unpredictable.
Yep, so predictions, let's take some predictions about what is going to happen. Okay, Dex is saying India, England, Australia, South Africa. This will be the top 4 in the World Cup. Ah, South Africa.
South Africa, yeah.
I don't
maybe
think...
not.
No, but then who knows? But yeah, South Africa I generally don't want to pick, because if I do, you're bound to get heartbreak. That is why.
Oh no.
And then I saw one TV channel reading horoscope on September, and apparently Pakistan's going to win. I mean, I don't look at horoscopes and all that, but yeah, see, streaks have to end. Streaks have to end. Some team will get the upper hand. Pakistan could get an upper hand on India, maybe. But then remember, the main streak that India will not want to end is on October 14th.
Oh yeah.
At the Narendra Modi Stadium. You don't want that streak to end. It has been 7-0. Just like how Neeraj Chopra has dominated Arshad Nadeem. 10-0 now. It's the perfect 10. So.
Let there be a thrilling match and let India win.
Yep. So that is why the legend of Temba Babu Masahil Chowdhury. I mean, see, Bahuma is a pretty solid, you may say, ODI player. So, which is mountainous, so more rain. Dex is saying, let's pray.
Yeah.
But Kandy, you're talking about Kandy, I'm talking about Palakele. So that's why Palakele is about 50 kilometers away. Fine. So, okay.
I think that's it.
That's about it.
Yep.
And Ben Stokes, okay, Akshay Pratap Singh, I'll not take that comment. Just like KL, yes, you are right. So, yep, that is about it. Pakistan versus Nepal, the first game of the Asia Cup is upon us.
Yes.
Let's see, what are your predictions, Gargi?
Pakistan win.
Oh, score, I'm saying.
Score, okay. Pakistan get 250.
Yeah, with Pakistan, I'm not hoping for 300, but then this is a minnow team, unfortunately, an associate team.
But you never know what might happen.
290,
Okay.
and hopefully Pakistan wrap things up quickly because you would want their bowlers also to come. Pakistan 340 for 5. That might be good. And thanks, many people have said I do resemble Ash, but I only hope I resemble Ash in his deeds, not by looks. So that's why. In MCG also rain prediction was heavy. That's the thing. Do not go by weather predictions. Anything can happen. So that is why, yep, I say 290 and Pakistan winning in a big way. So
Yeah.
from me and Gargi, it's bye-bye. We'll be back for the mid innings. And let's see how well the likes of Babar Azam, Mohammad Rizwan and Fakhar Zaman and all produce.
Yep.
Will it be a century? Let's see. So from me
Let's
and Gargi, bye-bye. See you.